I am not considered a Christian by most Christians. Anyone who follows my channel knows this. I've not found a comprehensive word that describes exactly what I am now. And so I identify as a Christian, a Buddhist, a Hindu, a Sufi, Muslim, pagan, but ultimately I can be called a lover of truth. I reject the Hindu concept of Isavara, that is the belief in a personal God, or as the Reverend Donald McCullough describes in his book, The Trivialization of God, the God of my understanding who demands that those who differ must be opposed. How can you have fellowship with someone standing outside the proper theological structure, and thus outside God? The closest definition of God that I am capable of is that which is just over the horizon, unreachable, unknowable, without form or human attributes. I adhere to the commandment and put no strange gods in the corner altar of my house. Any belief can be perverted in the way that it manifests within society, just as the same belief can elevate the human experience to the level of a Thomas Merton, a Lao Tzu, Mohandas K. Gandhi, or Kabir. In this video, I hope to appeal to all ideologies that view faith-based religions as philosophically or intellectually inferior. Putting aside concepts such as the Christian, and I apologize for my pronunciation, the Christian apocalypse, Ragnarok, Zoroastrianism's comet Goklir, or Islam's Qiyamah, it must be admitted that human civilization has reached a crisis point. As a species, we have been dealing with a technological crisis point, including nuclear obliteration, for a while now. We are also at a spiritual crisis point that is just as real, just as profound. The German philosopher George Hegel believed that everything contained the seed of its own contradiction. He carried this idea into the realm of dialectism, believing that the convergence of two opposites creates a new idea, thought, or reality. This is an ongoing process, a never-ending organic evolution with no eternal truths or permanent principles. The practical application of this philosophy is the state. The state, by nature of its constant evolving, becomes increasingly refined on its journey to perfection. Therefore, individuals ultimately find their true selves within the structure of the state. The state is the ultimate realization of freedom and reason. The value of the individual exists in service to the state. Hegel goes on to say, the state is the divine idea as it exists on earth. We must therefore worship the state as the manifestation of the divine on earth. Consciousness and thought essentially belong to the state, becoming the only existing source of morals. Karl Marx claimed to be opposed to Hegel, while at the same time appropriating the concept of dialectics. The philosophy of Engels, the political philosophy of Engels, and then expiated his conclusions from the realm of academia and applying it to materialism and inevitably to politics. Marx's opposites became the bourgeoisie or capitalist, and the proletariat the workers. Class struggle between the elite and the workers became the constant. Never-ending revolution between the oppressor and the oppressed, resulting ultimately in the perfect state. The bourgeoisie or the oppressor who owns the means of production, promotes religion to confuse and distract in order to keep the oppressed in their place. By this philosophy, there is no such thing as natural law. There are no eternal truths or individual rights. Outdated social constructs such as faith and family contradict the correct mindset and therefore must be eliminated as obstacles to the perfect state. George Orwell's genius did not lie in the imagination of his prose, but rather in his ability to accurately extend the philosophies of Engels, Hegel, and Marx to their inevitable conclusion, the final result being his book 1984. The reason I originally explained my beliefs is because they seemed to align with those of a Christian, and I did not want to be immediately discounted without being heard. Think about that. When common sense is discounted, dismissed, or ignored because it comes from an adherent to a faith-based religion, then common sense is lost. This nation, this world, indeed, we as individuals, no matter where our beliefs lay, and irregardless of our political persuasion, need the values put forth so strongly by faith-based religions. Watch with a wary eye those who would tell you that people of faith are deluded, or that religion, or even a basic belief in God, is merely a means to control the population. I will close by repeating myself. Any belief can be perverted in the way that it manifests within society, just as the same belief can elevate the human experience. Our generation's spiritual crisis is one of darkness. We have always had darkness to contend with, but now we find that darkness has been appropriated for use as a political weapon. We are being attacked by darkness, but keep this in mind. Darkness cannot stand in the light of unbiased, objective scrutiny.